Top five, top five, top five.
Southern Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wayne. He is Nate. Today we are doing our top 5 favorite directors. Usually for these lists, they're more personal, but we're very alike. So we're doing them together because we at least have 2 in common that I know of. You want to talk about the Zemeckis rule?
Sure. Robert Zemeckis directed a movie about time travel. So basically, if we both have the same movie on the list, but one person has it 2 spots or higher on their list, then we will invoke the Zemeckis rule, which just means that we won't talk about it until we get to it on the person who has it higher on their list, so we don't talk about it twice.
My number 5 is going to be Martin Scorsese.
That is my number 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so surprised, actually.
Yeah.
Holy same haircut.
The dude's great.
He's great, but he's like... I don't know, you used to never talk about his movies.
I know, but like...
So, like, that's why I'm surprised.
Yeah, I feel you.
We've been in front of him so long, and,
Yeah.
like, I barely hear... Like, oh my goodness. Like, for me, like, his, like, mafia stuff
Yeah.
is, like, obviously... I put that way over some of his, I would say,
So
other works.
I feel like my favorite Scorsese movies are probably not your favorite.
That's a fact.
He's such a powerful director to make you like people don't like. That's why he's on my list at number 5.
Sure. Yeah. So I really, really like Gangs of New York.
So?
He's really a master of his craft.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a really, really good storyteller and really, really good at getting you interested in your characters and stuff, you know? And my thing with him is as far as like the shots that he uses and things like that, I mean, they're always extraordinarily well framed and stuff like that, but he's just more of a story guy, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
he gets you so invested in his movies without having to do any like crazy like cinematography tricks. Like his shots are fairly simple, you know, and I really respect that as well. That like he's simple, but his simplicity is just like way better than anyone else's simplicity.
Good point. You're so smart.
Number 4 for me is Alfred Hitchcock,
Okay.
the master of suspense. Not
Yeah.
exactly what he is. I ain't gonna say he's one note, but that one note he does,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Nobody's better at it.
It's true.
You know, the only person I can think of comes close to him is like David Fincher. But like, you look at the amount of work Hitchcock put out
Right.
comparatively, like
God damn!
he's like the 05 to 08 Lil Wayne of movies. You know, like he just pumps out
Yeah.
so fucking much.
That's
It's
good. I like
insane,
that.
and
Yeah.
it's all great stuff.
That there's impressive.
So my number 5 is I struggled with it because he's so new, but the 3 movies that he's made, I'm in love with all of them. Like I love this guy's movies. So my number 5 is Damien Chazelle. I think
10 years from now, he'll probably be on my list.
yeah,
too.
fair, and like that's fair. I mean, he is very new. He does not have like I get that you could easily say he hasn't put out enough work to show that he's going to consistently be this good, and that's fine. But like Whiplash is such in terms of small movies, like man, the budget for that movie was mostly J.K. Simmons' salary. I feel like, you know, like, and it's so good, and it's like it draws you in. Like you want to know what happens to this guy. There's like yeah, he gets a girlfriend in the movie. There's almost no romantic subplot. And I'm just such a big fan of movies that can make me invested in the movie without having to like pull at my romantic heartstrings, you know? Like this movie is about this kid's like honestly obsessive drive with being the best musician possible, and J.K. Simmons' character's obsessive drive with making the best musicians possible. And like when you just put those 2 toxic ideals together, it just creates this one really, really toxic relationship. But what it all culminates to in the end with like both of them basically being ruined, but finally earning that weird mutual respect, that's just good storytelling.
Yeah.
It really is. And then obviously I think La La Land is one of the it's definitely one of the best movies that has been made during my lifetime. That movie is phenomenal. What a great tribute to Hollywood and like, you know, the way that it portrays realistic relationship and stuff like that at the same time is really, really good. And then First Man was obviously so different from both of those because it wasn't about music.
Really?
I just have a hard time believing that he's going to make a movie that I don't at least like, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And then Scorsese was my number 4. So, yeah.
So my number 3 is going to be Stanley Kubrick.
Okay.
Man, this dude's the GOAT.
Number 2, I'm assuming he's your number 2 as well, Wes Anderson.
It's actually my number 3. Yeah.
I put him and another person who's probably going to be on our list, Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same film director on different ends. Wes Anderson, he was raised very rich, high class. Tarantino raised in the slums. They have similar film styles of close-ups
Yeah.
and like turning shots, you know, very fast,
Yeah.
stopping shots.
Mm-hmm.
Dialogue, very their own.
Right. Yeah.
So everything I can say about Anderson, I will say about Tarantino later on. But like, dude, no one can make a fucking Anderson film like he can.
Right.
Just like, not snobby, but very high class.
Yeah.
And it's just like me
Mm-hmm.
fall in love with that.
Yeah.
And his characters, there's always come an age element to it or a romantic element to it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything like I want in films, he puts in there.
Yeah.
There's always some like sliminess in it as well.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it. Every in it. There hasn't been one that I was like, that's a bad movie.
Wow.
It's so strange because, like, he doesn't deviate from what he does.
No, he doesn't.
And, like, normally I would be like, one trick pony, like, blah, blah, blah. But he does it so fucking well.
You're goddamn right.
Wes Anderson's number 3. My number 2 is Spielberg.
I figured.
So Spielberg is, in my opinion, the greatest American filmmaker.
It's debatable.
Some movies have a really, really good story, but the characters are lacking. And, like, some of them are vice versa, I feel like. And his just coincides so well with each other. Like, his characters fit so well into the story that he's trying to tell. Even if you didn't love the movie.
That's fair.
No one makes me care as much about a movie world as Steven Spielberg does.
Well spoken, sir.
It's Tarantino.
Tarantino. Dude's fucking amazing. Like, just, he has everything down pat, you know?
Mhm.
As one of his characters said, I got my technique down pat. And
Everything.
dialogue, 10.
Mhm.
Shots, 10. Fucking characters, 10.
Right.
Character development, 10. Story, 10.
The dude is a genius.
I love your analogy with him and Wes Anderson that they are just the same person on opposite ends of the spectrum. Because, like, yeah, he's just like the dirty Wes Anderson. You know? Like, they're so eccentric. Their film styles are so unique. Their shots are unique. Their dialogue is incredibly unique. You cannot duplicate Tarantino's dialogue. The Hateful Eight is almost nothing but people talking
Yeah.
for almost 3 hours. And I am glued to that TV.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to hear what he's going to say back to what that guy said. You know? Like, and, like, when the action pops off at the end is great because, like, you earned that payoff. But, like, I could have, like, you could have left it out and, like, had them resolve whatever this conflict is just by talking to each other. And if you can make me be interested in a movie where it's literally nothing but people talking inside of a cabin the whole time, like, that's just fucking good.
Oh, you're right.
And this topic will tell us who your favorite director is down in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe.